The grid is dead. The last news anchor signed off with tears in his eyes. The ATMs spit out nothing but error codes and broken dream. And that smart home of yours is now just a dumb box with expensive light switches that mock you in the dark. Welcome to the new normal. You thought civilization was permanent. You thought someone else would fix it. You were wrong. The cavalry isn't coming because the cavalry is busy saving themselves. The rules you lived by are toilet paper now, and not the useful kind. So pay attention. I don't care about your LinkedIn profile or your meditation app streak. I care about one thing: keeping you vertical when the world goes horizontal. Here are 12 ways to do it using nothing but common sense and the burning will to outlast the chaos. Tip 1. Forget the supermarket. Everyone's going there. That's exactly why you shouldn't. The grocery store is a war zone in the first 48 hours. People will kill for canned beans. Literally. Your move. The restaurant supply store. The ethnic food market 3 towns over. The vending machines in that abandoned office building. The pet store. Dog food is just meat in a different bag. Think lateral. Think forgotten. Think places that don't scream "loot me" to every panicked suburbanite with a shopping cart and a death wish. The herd goes left. You go right. The herd gets trampled. You get breakfast. While they're fighting over the last loaf of bread, you're walking out of a warehouse with a month of supplies. Be the anomaly. Be the one who survives because you thought different. Tip 2. Cash is king. Then it's kindling. Right now, that paper in your wallet still means something. For about 2 weeks. Spend it fast. Spend it first. Buy everything you need while idiots are still swiping cards at terminals that won't work tomorrow. After that, cash becomes memory. The new currency is tangible. Cigarettes, alcohol, ammunition, medicine, coffee, things people crave, things people need, things people will trade their grandmother's jewelry for. You're not hoarding. You're building a bank that doesn't need electricity. Stock what others want, not just what you need. Tip 3. Information is oxygen. Your phone is a brick. The internet is a ghost story your kids won't believe. But information doesn't die. It transforms. Get a hand crank radio. Get a paper map of your region. Not GPS. Paper, the kind that doesn't need satellites or batteries. Get a book on edible plants, basic medicine, water purification. Print things out now while you still can. Knowledge that lived in the cloud now needs to live in your skull or on paper you can hold. The person who knows how to do things is worth more than the person who has things. Skills can't be stolen at gunpoint. Skills can't run out. Skills can't spoil in the heat. Skills make you indispensable to every group you meet. Be the person everyone needs alive. That's the best armor you'll ever wear. Tip 4. Your car is a coffin. The roads will be parking lots of panic, accidents, roadblocks, ambushes. Your vehicle is a cage that advertises exactly where you are and exactly where you're going. If you must move, move at night. Move on back roads. Move on foot if you have to. The main highway is a death sentence wrapped in asphalt. Everyone thinks they'll outrun the collapse. Nobody does. The people who survive are the ones who move smart, not fast. Speed kills. Patience saves. Tip 5. Water comes from everywhere. Rain gutters. Morning dew on plastic sheets. The neighbor's pool before it turns green. The water heater you already drain. Water is hiding everywhere. You just need eyes to see it. A tarp and some buckets can collect gallons overnight. A hole in the ground lined with plastic becomes a solar still. Condensation on windows. Ice from the freezer before it melts. Stop thinking like a consumer. Start thinking like a scavenger. Water doesn't come from bottles. Water comes from everything. Tip 6. Fire is a conversation. Learn to speak it fluently. You need 3 fires in your vocabulary. The first is tiny, hidden, smokeless if possible, for boiling water and heating food without advertising your location to every predator in a 5-mile radius. The second is medium, controlled, for warmth when hypothermia starts whispering your name. The third is a signal fire, massive, smoky, visible from space, only when rescue is actually possible and you're certain they're friendly. Wrong fire, wrong time, wrong reason. You're a bonfire attracting moths with guns and bad intentions. Matches run out. Lighters break in the cold. Learn the bow drill. Learn the fire plow. Learn the flint and steel. Learn to make flame from friction and fury and sheer determination. Fire is your oldest ally. It was here before civilization, and it'll be here after. Treat it with the respect it deserves. Tip 7. Medicine expires, knowledge doesn't. That aspirin bottle says 2019. It's still mostly good. Expiration dates are suggestions, not death sentences. Most pills lose potency slowly, not instantly. But here's the real lesson. Learn what plants do what. Willow bark is aspirin's grandfather. Garlic is nature's antibiotic. Honey never spoils and fights infection. Charcoal absorbs poison. You're not becoming a doctor. You're becoming someone who doesn't die from something stupid and preventable. The pharmacy is closed forever. The forest is always open. Tip 8. Children are not baggage, they're assets. That kid of yours, small, quiet, fits in places you can't, can run messages, can keep watch, can learn faster than your stubborn adult brain. Stop protecting them from reality. Start preparing them for it. Teach them skills. Teach them silence. Teach them to be useful. A trained child is a team member. An untrained child is a liability that cries at the wrong moment. This isn't cruelty. This is love that looks forward instead of backward. They'll thank you when they're still alive. Tip 9. Noise discipline saves lives. You talk too loud. You walk too heavy. You slam doors like they're not announcements. Your bag jingles like a Christmas sleigh. In the silence of a dead world, sound carries for miles. It's a telegram. It tells everyone exactly where you are, how many of you there are, how much you're carrying, and how careless you've become. Tape down anything that rattles. Wrap metal in cloth. Oil that squeaky door hinge. Communicate with hand signals. Develop a code with your group. Walk on soft ground when possible. Avoid gravel like it's lava. The quietest person in the room is usually the most dangerous and the most likely to see tomorrow. Be that person. Silence isn't absence. Silence isn't weakness. It's presence without announcement. It's strength that doesn't need to prove itself. Tip 10. Your body is your last tool. Everything can be taken. Your supplies, your shelter, your weapons, everything except the meat and bone you're walking in. Can you run a mile without dying? Can you climb a fence? Can you fight for 60 seconds without collapsing? If the answer is no, you're already half dead. You don't need a gym. You need push-ups. You need squats. You need to carry heavy things for long distances. Your body is the one machine you can't replace. Maintain it like your life depends on it, because it does. Tip 11. Trade skills, not supplies. You fixed their generator. Now they owe you. Not food, not water. They owe you a favor. Favors compound. Favors create networks. Favors make you untouchable because everyone needs you breathing. The moment you trade supplies, you have less supplies. The moment you trade skills, you still have the skills. Be the doctor. Be the mechanic. Be the person who knows how to make clean water. Be so useful that killing you would be stupid. Your value is your shield. Make it unbreakable. Tip 12. Remember why. There will be a morning when you can't get up, when the cold has seeped into your bones, when the hunger is screaming louder than your thoughts, when the point of all this seems like a cruel joke nobody's laughing at, when every muscle begs you to just stop. That's when you need your reason, not hope. Hope is too fragile. Reasons. Solid reasons. A face you need to see again. A name you promise to protect. A debt you refuse to leave unpaid. A future you will drag into existence by your fingernails if you have to. Write it down. Keep it in your pocket. Keep it next to your skin. Read it when the darkness whispers that giving up is easier. And it's right. Giving up is easy. Giving up is the simplest thing in the world. But you're not here for easy. You're not here for simple. You're here because something in you is too stubborn, too angry, too alive to stop. Feed that thing. Protect that thing. That thing is the only engine that matters. That thing is what separates the living from the dead. That's it. Supplies, skills, silence, strength, purpose. You're not who you were yesterday. That person lived in a world with rules and safety nets. That world is smoke now. You're something harder. You're something sharper. You're the version of yourself that was always hiding underneath the comfort and the convenience. And when the dust settles and you're still standing, it won't be luck. It won't be chance. It'll be because you decided to survive. And then you did the work. Now stop reading. Start doing.